Greetings to all light forms and life workers who have found this live demonstration of tarot and oracle card services. I am the Third Eye Lion, your host for this experience. I will begin with one card from each of the 8 decks. Hope you're all having a great day. Compassion, wisdom. Oftentimes, wisdom and knowledge is used as weapons, uncompassionately. You have the wisdom, you want to share it, but you do not think about how the action of sharing the wisdom will affect those around you. So by installing a sense of compassion, an idea of how others will feel, will magnify what you're saying, will reflect more of the light of your intention of the wisdom when you can express it compassionately. Okay, message from deck number 2. The Ancestors. This is to remind you at all times that those who have gone past you, those who have went through this structure, no matter how you perceive your ancestors, no matter what stories you have heard, they do love and care about you. They want you to succeed because you are them and they are you. And your bloodline and your ancient old magics are powerful and reflective in this life. Message for deck number 3. Now we're in the future. The Knight of Swords. This is swift movement. This is making it happen now. It's not waiting for the perfect time. It's not waiting for the perfect conditions. It's just putting the spurs in and moving forward. Know that your progression and the things that you are passionate about will lead you towards happiness. Sometimes you just have to charge right in and take it and make it happen. Message from deck number 4. Anyone now or in the future? The 5 of Wands. Do not let the fear of your passions, do not let the idea of what's going to happen, how will it affect others, affect you. Know that to be compassionate with yourself, to trust the energies you have now, you can make it through the conflict. You can make it through the problems. Just remember to stay grounded, to stay connected to your energies and your own frequencies, and you can make it through the darkness. Hello. You'll be first on the list. Message from deck number 5. Friendship is when you can hold friendship and rely and trust the friends you have and be open to making more friends. You will just gain a system of influences. Just remember that those who you spend time with, the 5 people you're the closest to, affect who you are. You're a product of your surroundings, and your surroundings are a product of you. The angels say, love your friends, be open to find new ones, and know that some friends are not meant forever. They are just friends for now, to teach you a lesson and then to move on. Message 6. The feral Krushak, the mighty beast, out in the snow, moving forward, breaking the ice, pounding the ground with its passion, with its energy. Nothing can stop this mighty beast. You hold the frequency of momentum, of fierceness, and do not let others remove these energies from you. You hold massive power. Message number 7. Thank you everyone who's joining. I'll make a list. You can think about your question or energy forecast. There's 8 decks. There's a description of them in the description of this video. Message number 7. Now is the time to speak your passions, to record yourself, to show the world your own energies, your own frequencies. Know that you are perfect, positive, and grounded the way you are, and now is the time to speak this energy out into the world. Okay, message from deck number 8 for anyone now or in the future, and then I'll start answering the questions there in the chat. The 10 of Discs. Remember and trust that you have all the wealth you need. Know that this wealth, this prosperity, this joy you hold inside is reflecting all around you. Do not think that you don't have enough. Be grateful for what you have and more will come in. Express your gratitude and joy and fill this heart. Thank you, Elizabeth, for creating that list. Helps a lot. Got a lot of the moderators here. I appreciate helping out with the list. Helps my flow. Okay, we'll start with Stephanie. You can ask your question. You can choose one of the 8 decks, or I can choose for you. Hasn't started yet, but I'm waiting for it. Positive energies are coming in that direction for me, yes. Energy forecast, okay. Do you want me to choose for you? Number 8, ooh. So this is a 15th century recreation of one of the oldest decks, widely considered a grandfather or grandmother of all tarot that are used modernly. Especially the Rider-Waite takes a lot of its structure from this. All of the major arcana are here. Okay, so energy forecast. So the main message for you right now is know that the love you wish, the love you want to receive, doesn't have to be the way we perceive it to be. Oftentimes we walk away, we disqualify certain energies, certain levels of love because they don't meet our pre-qualifications. But know that any love, all the love you receive is divine in nature. Trust your passions and your energies, gather them up, and know that even if conflict arises, even if people want to take your power away from you, you hold infinite strength. And the strength is to fight off the negative forces, is to remember that you have the lion and to not attack your strength, is a reminder that you are strong and you do not need to battle that strength. It is not too strong, it's not too much of anything. Remember that you have the perfect level of all things in your life, movement, love, strength to make it happen. Continue to be grateful for the things in your life and more things will come in. Message that's coming through for you. Thank you. Okay, how can you connect to your spirits? And what is blocking you? So you can tell me when to stop, or I'll stop when the energies compel me. Deck number 4, Shadows of Oz. Thank you, Stephanie. I still have a lot more research and time to spend on that 8th deck, but I feel like I'm skilled enough to use it here. I've been working on it for the last 3 weeks or so. Okay, I'll stop when the spirits of Oz compel me. Thank you, everyone here. If you want to know when I'll do the next one, You can subscribe, and I'm doing more and more different types of content here on this channel. You feel disconnected with your intuition. So, how can you connect with the spirits? So, know that you are intuitive always, and your intuition is power and magic. But oftentimes, when we're not using this power and we're not giving service, it feels like it's blocked. So, first is the Six of Discs in reverse. This is you struggling to give service, to give your abilities shown on a public platform. And by knowing that you are powerful and that by giving to others over the computer, over writing, over phone calls, helps this world and it helps you. When we can give service to others and we trust our intuition to say to do something or to not do it, it just builds and builds. The Two of Cups in reverse is not wanting to love yourself openly, not wanting to completely love and resonate yourself. Yes, I will add you two to the list. And this is blocking your intuition because you do not feel in love with yourself. You do not feel like you deserve this love because financial issues are coming and or have came. So just know that you are wealthy, you are powerful, and the seeds you have planted with your guides and your teams will come back when you can be of service and you can continue to be of service to yourself and find other people, other communities to be of service to. One idea that might work for you is contact any of the elderly homes in your area, call them and ask if you can make phone calls to any of the residents who don't receive calls. Because these people, they want to talk to people. They want to have communication, but there's no one to call them. So by giving that service to another, it will help your intuition. It will help you in a lot of ways. Is the one way to help your blocks. Just know that you are always intuitive. And when you feel disconnected from that, just play games, do activities, do service, and it will just raise that vibration. Thank you. Thank you, Stephanie. So, making it go a lot smoother, everyone. Okay, so do you need plastic surgery to get a boyfriend or make me? So you can choose one of the 8 decks, or I can choose for you to answer that question for you. And I'm not a supporter of plastic surgery. I believe that our inherent beauty will be seen by those who know what that beauty is. So you can tell me when to stop, or I'll stop when the spirits compel me. Because what is generally considered beautiful doesn't apply to everyone. So very strong for you. Yeah, let me know with that buffering. I'm trying to work on it to improve here on this video. So you have Stonehenge. This is the ancient knowledge. This is to remind you that even though Stonehenge is crumbling, even though it is not perfect, it doesn't need to be repaired. It is still one of the most visited sites in the world. To remind you that the way you are and the way you have been is perfect to the person who sees it. And you have to wait a little bit to find that person. But through prayer and saying you are beautiful, believing that you are perfect, and saying this out loud, by bringing this prayer, in of love, asking for the love, bringing in the love through prayer, through affirmation, through positive words. So sick of being alone. So one way you can overcome that is through the internet, through finding different people in different groups. One recommendation is there's a lot of outpatient autism programs where the people in that program believe the same thing as you. They're sick of being alone. They don't want to be alone forever because most people never give them a chance. I disagree with the plastic surgery. Coming through as release. It's to release these perceptions that you're not good enough, that you don't have what you need, that things have to change. If you want to and you really feel compelled towards it, then do it. But if it's your thoughts, you can release them and let them go. And the moment you release these insecurities, release not wanting to be alone and like being alone, like who you are, immediately someone will come in who thinks those same ways about you. It is the thoughts that are blocking the process. Just continue the prayer. If you are, just pray for acceptance. Whatever you pray to, however you pray, it could be poems, it could be dancing. So it's up to you. Just know that Spirit is telling you that by releasing it, and just know that you are perfect and that everything is perfect right now, more things will come in and more people will be brought to you. I really hope that answers for you. Trust your heart, and if you're being told to go through the plastic surgery, then do it without doubt, without conflict, and know that that's the right thing. But if you still have that doubt, if you still, a part of you loves who you are now, I recommend continuing that because someone else will agree. So, sweetheart, you can choose 1 through 8, or I can choose for you. Got a question in particular, or just an energy forecast? Much love to you, Chrissy. Hope the buffering is not so bad here. I don't see much delay on the leaves. Okay. Will the X file the legal papers this year or next? Deck 8. Whew. You guys like the new one, which is also the oldest one by a good 400 years. So you can tell me when to stop, or I'll stop when the spirits compel me. Okay. So will the X file the legal papers in 2020 or 2021? So, yes. So they will probably file the papers in 2021, mainly because a lot of the energies are affecting them because of this global issue. First is they feel like they need to take away some of your strength, and they need to kind of string you along or string themselves along to gather their strength. This comes from a foolishness, from a lack of understanding, a lack of drive, but also wanting to see if there's a chance of reconciliation, because they still love and care about you, but they don't understand how to do that in a productive way. So they might use this legal document as manipulation to you, also as an excuse for them to continue their old patterning, because they're not willing to see things completely the way they are, and they want this power for themselves, and they want you to believe that you're not powerful, because by doing so, it's easier to manipulate you. So there is some manipulation, but it is coming from love that they don't fully understand. So it will most likely come in 2021, or you can make it happen sooner if you take the initiative on your end. Okay, Gloria, deck number 3. Tell you if you will be going out of town today. Yeah, he's not making any work on himself, and he's very much trying to be manipulative. Now, okay, Gloria's question is if you will be going out of town today. So there's travel, yes. There you might be going out of town. Just remember that you are a positive person. You make what happens happen, and you do not have to be cast out in the cold. You do not have to be the subjects to other people's whims. You don't have to believe these negative things about yourself. Maybe going out of town, maybe going to somewhere new will bring these negative feelings of inadequacy in. And I see that as you feel doubts and shrouds and misleading energies of not being good enough, of not able to make the best of what happens. Just always remember, though, that you do hold energy, you do hold power within. And by working with others, by opening yourself up to other people, you can make this travel and happen in the most positive way. Just don't cast yourself out in the cold. Know you deserve to be respected and loved. Yes, you will be added on to this list. And just know that you're not alone. You have family, you have friends that want to help and support you, Gloria. And it is very powerful for you to just realize that these blocks, these negative things you feel, are just perceptions, just things left from others and from yourself. They're not real. You can always move past them. So much gratitude. So Nicola, if you are here, you can choose 1 through 7. Question in particular, or just an energy forecast? And thank you so much, Stephanie. Very much helps a lot here. And everyone, you can stay after your question. Some of the answers might resonate to you. The messages that I say might mean to you, even though you don't ask the question. I feel more comfortable with 8 than 7 for some reason. More of an infinite number, right? Thank you. Also, thank you to Sweetheart. Well, then you're a really good admin. You both are. So much gratitude. Okay, so up next is Nicola and then Nav. You can type your question. Yeah, there's a lot of research I have to do to fully understand it, to memorize the booklet, but I love this art. It is just so, it's like the right level of medieval and modern, even though it is entirely medieval, but it is the influence of the modern, which just makes it so beautiful to me. So, message intuitively for anyone now or in the future is identity, is who you perceive yourself as, is not who you truly are. You exist more so than on this one planet, in this one timeline. And when you can perceive yourself as a more infinite cosmic entity, the earthly issues that we experience day to day, they don't affect us as much because we know that they're here, we acknowledge them, but we are able to kind of see the full cosmic picture of ourselves and know that we are such a powerful person, more powerful than these earthly concerns. Okay, so Nicola and Nav. Okay, deck number 7. Okay, the fairies will tell me when to stop. Will the Sagittarius AB contact you, and when? Okay. So they will contact you around Christmas or the end of the year. Probably not during the summer month. Probably not during autumn as well, but during the end of autumn, beginning of winter. This is because they are having self-love problems and they're having a very difficulty sharing their love. What they think is love, what they think is caring for others, is actually hurting and misconstrued. They know that, so they're closing up their love, they're closing up their energies, and they're having financial issues. They feel like they're not making enough money, they're not doing enough wealth, and they're focusing on that, which is preventing them from communications, which is also causing the major issue for them. Is this is how I think it will be winter when they contact you, is the devil has musicians on strings, open spell books and lit candles. This is that they are receiving more external stimuli than they are internal. It's sex or alcohol or drugs or food are what's driving their needs, what driving their thoughts, and they're not open to a relationship. They're not open in sharing a positive communication with someone else. That when we can really love ourselves and know that we have it all inside, we cut those strings and we're no longer a puppet to these outside physical powers. So they will probably contact you in winter when they will fix their financial issues, which they're working on now. They will fix their love issues that again they will work on in the autumn. And when they contact you, it might be to go out drinking or to go get food, to get you involved in their external stimuli that you can change from that point. So I hope that answers for you. You'll probably receive the communication in the end of November or somewhere within November. Is what the month that's coming up for me. Okay, sweetheart. Thank you. Oh, blessings to you so much, sweetheart. That makes me so happy. I like doing the intuitive messages. They come forth. I'm tapped into quite a few guides from a lot of different perspectives, and they like coming through. Nicola and JJ, you're up next. You can choose a question, choose one of the 7 decks, or I can choose for you. So anyone here in this list, I only got 2 viewers, so anyone here in this list that Stephanie just so kindly reposted, you can ask your question. If you have a question in particular or just would like an energy forecast, you can choose one of the 8 decks listed in the description, or I can choose for you, all based on intuition. I'm going to give one more intuitive message for anyone now or in the future. This is honesty. Is being honest with your faults, your shortcomings, the things you don't like about yourself. Be honest, because that's the only way you can change these things. If you lie saying everything's all right, then nothing's ever going to change. But if you're honest and say, hey, I have an issue, this is a problem, I don't like it, that's honesty. And this honesty brings in health, brings in healing. Because if you tell the doctor, oh, nothing's wrong, and then you have chronic pain the next day, well, then that's on you. So just be honest in your life with what's going on, and this is the only way to help. Yes, you are up next. Want to know about C and what his feeling for me, how he feels towards you. Does he see you as a friend? Any advice on what you should do? Okay. You can deck 8. I think it's just shining, everyone. It's all fresh and brand new. So either you can tell me when to stop, or I'll stop when the energies come in. I'll give you advice on what to do, and do they like you as a platonic friend, or is there a romantic fancy? Okay. So they see you not romantically, but as a potential business partner, and as someone who they want to travel with and explore with. So the 2 of Wands, or the 2 of Staffs, is to remind you that your vision and what you're seeing is clear. Your process and the things you're working on now are aligned to what they feel. And by spending more time with them, things can change from platonic, which they are now, to romantic. It just has to develop at its own pace. But if they offer you a business opportunity, a opportunity to make wealth or to create something, even if you don't have experience in it, still look at it as a very good opportunity to build time with them. The more time you spend with them, the more likely it will metamorphosize from platonic to romantic. Just remember that they are a powerful emperor, and they are at a higher pedestal than most people. They care about this world, care about everybody, and oftentimes this can be perceived as romantic love, but what they have is unconditional love for the entire world. And this is a very powerful emperor trait. And it may be misconstrued as love or affection, but what it is just kindness, universal kindness. But sometimes they might be short-sighted, they might be short to you and not be the nicest person to be around. but know that because they're dealing with so many things, they have so much going on in their head that they have a hard time prioritizing it all. So be open to any business opportunities with this person. The same with any travel opportunities. And know that the more time you spend with them, the more it will change from friendship, which it is now, to romantic. So I hope that answers for you. But right now, he does see you as a friend. Thank you. And always enjoy the confirmation. So I'll pull a few more cards for anyone now or in the future. First, we have is depression, sadness, negativity, fury, and misunderstanding. When we can't love ourselves and we get lost in our own mental maze, we feel these sensations as darkness, as confusion, as being lost. We do not allow these things to happen. We do not allow positivity to come in. The way to overcome that is giving to others, is sharing that love to another person. So community service, soup kitchens, volunteer phone calls are just a few ways to break this mental depression, to break this mental maze. The idea is it's only a maze at the bottom. What happens when you climb to the top of the wall of the maze? Well, you can see the whole thing, and you know exactly which path to take to find the end. So when you rise up and you rise above, the way I always think of it is, think of your mind. If you're lost in the mind, if you're lost in the depression, then it's a maze. How does the bird or the flying insect see the maze? Well, they don't, because they fly above. And what all they see is this space below. They move to their objective. They move to where they're headed, where they want to go. And sometimes they will fly through the maze to gain skill, to gain speed or momentum, or to train themselves. But other times they just fly, move right past. It's always your choice. And Nicola and JJ, if you are here, you can ask your questions. Judgment. Beautiful, beautiful judgment. So when we feel at the lowest, at the most negative, as things are the most crazy and uncomfortable possible, this is generally when the angels start playing the horns. This is when the man upstairs makes herself known. Whoever that is, whatever entity you want that to be, just understand that the divine, the infinite source, is watching out for you. And when you are at the lowest, most naked, vulnerable state, that's when the most angelic forces come in. And they come in with judgment. Of those who are righteous will be rewarded. And those who are negative and manipulative and control over, they will be punished. The judgment will come for them. Another message for anyone now or in the future. The 7 of Discs. So the wealth and the money and the prosperity that we have, very often we do not want to really share it. We hold on to it. We just think that it's It's if we do anything with it, it will stop. But the idea is the more you give, the more you can receive. The more you share to the world, the more the world knows that you're open to receiving. The more energies that will come back in. So much gratitude, Stephanie. I'm going to end this for now. If you too show back up, you can send me an email. And I will answer questions there. But much gratitude for all the viewers. And I might do another live video later. And stay tuned on this channel for other types of content will be released. So much love and gratitude to the moderators and all of my audience now or in the future. You are loved.